This is your Action News reporter with all the news that is news across the nation on the scene at the supermarket. There seems to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was standing over there by the tomatoes, and here he comes.
Well, I was in Europe last week, so as you may surmise, I did not make a trip to the food mart. Okay. I can tell you about the horrible food that I had while I was over there. Apparently for breakfast, all they ever want to have is lunch meat and cheese. Terrible. One day.
What kind of?
Okay, after the whole train ride and crazy cab ride thing, I got up the next morning and I went downstairs. Went downstairs for breakfast. Wanted to have a nice breakfast before I headed to the big presentation, right? So, I go down there. It's a buffet. Perfect. But then I notice it's a buffet of all the same horrible food that I've had for breakfast in Europe the rest of the time I'm there.
Now, when you say lunch meat, what do you mean?
Like cold meat. Like slabs of meat.
Oh, and people talk shit about the Golden Corral.
And cheese.
Ugh.
So, I was very disappointed with the buffet. But then, out of the corner of my eye, what do I see? It's a box of Frosties. Actually, Frosted Flakes. Even has Tony the Tiger on it.
Really?
I was so happy. I poured myself the Jethro bowl of Frosted Flakes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I get a giant glass of milk. And I was like, finally something's going right. So, I'm just getting ready to pour the milk into the cereal bowl. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of this. You know, get a little bit of milk. This will be great. A giant cold glass of milk to start the day. I take a big swig. Tastes exactly like warm vinegar.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure that they know what they're supposed to do. I don't know if they think that perhaps urine is what you're supposed to get out of the cow. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was cow urine. I literally spit it out, and my breakfast then consisted of a Kit Kat bar and a Pepsi out of the vending machine.
Do they not serve milk? You see, this reminds me of another story of mine from my grocery store days. See, I also used to run the dairy department. But at the same time, this grocery store was so hideously undermanned that I would also, while I was stocking milk, I would also get called up to, check people out at the register. So there'd be sometimes when I'd leave the milk would be left out. I was stocking milk in the cooler, and it'd be left out for an hour and a half while I'm stuck up a check stand. Milk getting warm and ruined.
Did you ever open up one of the containers of milk and urinate into it?
Can't say I did that.
Well, then I guarantee you any milk you ever sold was better than the milk that I drank over there.
Although speaking of urination, there used to be the old age ladies, the old age home would come in and shop every weekend. And one time, this old lady was going through Don's line. See, Don used to work with me at the grocery store.
This would be Don Mason.
Yeah.
You and Don Mason used to work at the food mart together.
Yes.
Fascinating.
This old lady pissed and shit herself and then passed out right in front of Don in the checkout line.
I have a question. Did Don grab the the speaker mic they have and go clean up on aisle 4?
You're bringing up bad memories. You have no idea how grouchy those old age home people would be to me and Don.
fascinating. That's for certain.
Horse-faced Lillian. Cabalatrola! That's Spanish for horse trolla. And at the end of this 60-minute podcast, you will still think to yourself, why did I just waste 60 valuable life minutes listening to this?